Welcome back to On Football. Today's review is going to be on the new Adizero 5-star 3.0 cleats from Adidas. As you know, these are the lightest cleats on the market. We're going to take a look. This is the latest rendition of the Adizero cleats from Adidas, and I think they're some of the best. So without further ado, let's get into the review. So let's take a closer look at these cleats. As you can see, I got them in the Michigan colors. It's kind of a maize and blue. I think they call it like sunfire yellow and navy or something like that, but definitely the Michigan colorway. These cleats come in so many different colors. I can't even tell you how many they offer. You may have seen them on my Instagram, all the different colors I posted from East Bay. If you go to the Adidas website, they even have more colors on there. So we're going to take a closer look. Now, this shoe is packed with technology. If you look on the Adidas site, they'll talk about Sprint everything, right? So they have Sprint Web, they have Sprint Foam, they have Sprint Skin, they have Tech Fit, all different types of stuff, including Sprint Studs. So we're going to take a look at that. And when they talk about the Sprint Skin, that's actually the upper of the cleat. And I think it's way better, this version of Sprint Skin, than the Adizero 1s and the 2.0s, because you actually get more stability. So that's the Sprint Skin for you. It has a unique pattern on it. This design of the Adizeros is the best design of the Adizeros yet. You have to see it in person. You know, this video is not going to do it justice. Then they have something called Sprint Web. And Sprint Web is on the inside. I'm going to try to show it to you guys. You can kind of see that white material right there. That's actually the web. Alright, that's what they call the web. So you can see you get a lot of airflow. You can almost see through the cleat, through that white part. But that Sprint Web is actually going to give you additional structure and stability. And we're going to talk about that when I talk about the fit. Then you're going to have Sprint Foam. And that's really on the inside. What they call their cushioning is Sprint Foam. You're also going to have a Sprint Plate, which is going to be this bottom portion. And then you're going to have Sprint Studs, and that's these triangular portions on the cleat. So that's all the Sprint technology that they have. In the unboxing, I told you that they had this second eyelet here that is not on the Adizero 2.0s, and I think that does a lot for the lockdown of the shoe. So now let's get into the specifics. Of course, I'm going to talk about the traction, the breathability, the cushioning, the weight, the durability, you know, all those things about this cleat. So looking at the traction, they had the Sprint Studs. This is the identical plate that they've had, or the studs that they've had since the Adizero 1.0. So nothing has changed here. I got good traction on grass, and I got good traction on turf. You can see that there's no blades. You know, Nike Cleats has the shuffle cleats on the side. You don't have any of that here, so it's still a good cleat. I know some of my receivers, J9 on the Mustangs, you know, he loves this cleat. For me, I actually gave this traction a 7.5 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the greatest traction that I felt in a cleat. So you already know this is the lightest cleat on the market right here. So weight, I gave it a 9 out of 10. A 9 is really the highest rating that you can get, because a 10 would mean perfect, that you can't improve. You can always improve something. So I gave it the highest rating, 9 out of 10 for weight, because they're so light. Now the fit on this cleat is great. Way better than the Adizero 2.0s. The fit on 3.0s is ridiculous. Now remember, I talked about the Sprint Web that you have here, is that white portion in here that adds additional support. This doesn't have a Sprint Web in it at all. There's no Sprint Web, as you can see. And actually, when I put on this cleat, if you remember from this review, you know, this was so flexible for me. They fixed that in two ways, right? First of all, they have this second eyelet that goes back to really draw in the shoe. And here, you see the placement of it is down a little bit. So the fit, not only does it fit perfectly, it runs true to size. There's zero space, so there's zero slippage and the structure here. But you actually have this padded collar all the way around. You see how thick that padding is right around, so it doesn't dig into you. It doesn't dig into your Achilles. This is super padded back here. But it actually pulls your foot back into the heel cup, and you don't even need to use the second eyelet. So that's something that is a huge improvement over this. And if you take a look at the cut of it, you can see how the cut dips even deeper to give you more flexibility. And the eyelet allows you to pull your heel back into the cup for that perfect fit. So this also got some of the highest rating in fit that I could give, and I gave it a 9 out of 10. The breathability on this cleat is great as well. Again, you saw the inside of the shoe, you saw all the airflow. The tongue is a Tech Fit tongue, but it's super breathable as well. You can see all the air holes in here. So what I really liked about this is not only does it get a lot of airflow, but this material is water resistant, so it's not going to get wet you know, on the side of your cleat. But for breathability, it's definitely got a 9 out of 10. So I already told you about the Sprint foam. That's what they call the insole. They say that it's moldable to your foot. I really didn't feel that it was that thick. I really felt that on grass, especially on dirt, that it wasn't as cushioned as I would have liked. So I did give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think the cushioning could be a little better, but for what it is, being such a light cleat, being a speed cleat for lighter players, I think that the cushioning is adequate here. So last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is durability. I felt that these were super durable. You know, I tested them over 2 weeks. I had no issues with them whatsoever. I thought it was a much better build quality than the 2.0s. If you look at the bottom, I use them on turf and grass. You don't see any chipping, peeling whatsoever on the paint. The one thing that happened today when I was testing them out is, actually let me grab the other one. So the one thing that happened today is, you see the little shoestring where it says Adizero right here. You probably can't see it, but it says Adizero. Now, this one, it just fell off. So there's nothing here. So I actually had to burn the tip of it just to keep it from fraying. So that kind of worried me a little bit, but I didn't knock it down too much. And for durability, I still gave it an 8 out of 10. This cleat retails for $110. It's on the lower end of Adidas cleats, and I think it's a super good price for it. I think it's you know, one of the better cleats in the game, probably one of my favorites. And it comes in so many colors, like I said before. So check them out on the website. If you liked it, if you liked this review and it helped you out, remember to give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.